Remember Wigan, they're not 100% fit, and of course they've spent 38 hours in a plane, so it must take their toll.
Yes, I'm sure it will take their toll, and of course there's the pressure of being the favourites for this particular competition. The bookmakers have installed them as the top elect. That's a little bit of pressure on them once again, and Cronulla have had a fair bit of experience at sevens football.
Cronulla, a lot of pace out in this side too, and gee, they'll be a tough proposition here. And the humidity too will work against the Englishmen.
Well, we've put the mock on the Englishmen, certainly plenty against them, but some great players in the side. A little bit surprising to see Andy Gregory not in the starting lineup, but they do have Shaun Edwards out there as a playmaker.
Underway, Cronulla drive the ball down nice and deep, and the Englishmen had their first taste through Gene Miles and a big hit too, and who's in there? Davidson. They've come together before. Martin Offia, sometimes known as a fire because it matches with Chariots of Fire, but his real name is Offia. Back it comes from Martin Dermott. He gets it out to Edwards for Betts. Wrapped up pretty hard though. Dennis Betts, the man you consider the best forward in England.
I think he's the best forward in England, and certainly played well in the Test series last year against the Kangaroos. Great defence here from Cronulla. 4 tackles, and they still haven't got outside their quarter.
Weller and Lee over the top. Bury their palms pretty hard in the turf here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Again, they rack them up, and remember, 6 tackles, so important in sevens football. You must use the ball, and if possible, score from every set of 6. They drive it downfield. Cronulla have it pretty well covered. The Englishmen chase pretty well, though. Back they come through Coleman. Midway between the 22, the halfway line. Cronulla's end of the ground. Mitch Healy brings it up. Trewella. Coleman gets pushed out of the way. Eddinghausen. Danny Lee takes the ball up. Englishman pretty well prepared to tackle at the moment. Dennis Betts wrapping him up now. Cronulla with a bit of space. Davidson up the centre. Back for Trewella. Out they go now. McGaw winds up, flicks it back inside for Eddinghausen. Oh, big defence too. Dennis Betts come up and just stopped him dead, Eddinghausen. Cronulla now, all with attack. They put it in the air.
And this is the big test, Darryl, as to how well you're going to chase kicks, not only the ones that you put in play, but the opposition. You've got to have a good work rate to play this game. As Offia, straight up the middle.
Martin Offia has just stepped around too. The man they call the best finisher of the game, still going. Offia. He's got some pop too. He might go all the way, Martin Offia. They're pointing the way round. What about that? He's gone through one. He's gone 2-3, and he's just scored a try that's gone 75 metres on this ground. Martin Offia. Oh boy. He's got to step this fellow. Well, poor defence then from Cronulla, because honestly he took that ball from a standing start.
And if you're going to play poor defence, this is the wrong man to play against. A missed tackle there, off you straight up the centre. Had support inside. Shaun Edwards ran a good angle. Another missed tackle. Looks like there was some defence coming, the big dummy, and once he's in open territory, you're never going to catch him. That's why he's one of the great try scorers in rugby league history.
Peter, hasn't he improved his game since he came around here for the first time with the Great Britain side? There we go. Wigan 4, Cronulla 0. Kick unsuccessful. But the Englishman really starting in an explosive manner. Trewella now for Cronulla. Can Cronulla come back? Sevens football's all about getting a try against you and coming back and scoring the next one.
Well, that's right. They have to maintain good possession here. I think Trewella's going to be the man that can create some things around the dummy half area, and of course Les Davidson, who can pop away a pass under pressure. As Eddinghausen kicks through, taken out in play. Will Harrigan fall? Harrigan has given a penalty to the Cronulla side.
They're taken well out there. Eddinghausen put the chip through and was interfered with as he came through, chasing the ball. So Cronulla now, just 10 metres out. Eddinghausen will come back with the ball, plays it now. Out it goes to Davidson. Davidson powers up, unloads to Trewella. Trewella now. McGaw with a step, comes back to Eddinghausen. A big, long floater outside. Chance field! Coleman! He gets it out! Yes, sir! Mike McGaw goes in for Cronulla. We talked about seventh football. They've got to hit back, and that's what the Sharks have done. McGaw with a beauty.
Perfect example of maintaining possession. They had another set of 6. Eddinghausen saw that he had a couple of unmarked men out wide. Coleman picked up McGaw. He's gone in the corner. Conversion to come, a chance to go to the lead for the Cronulla side.
Well, great game here. The Englishman taking on Cronulla. Kick is there too, so Cronulla now hit the front. 6 points to 4. The Sharks lead Wigan. Huge crowd here tonight enjoying this. Another 6, Wigan 4. Back they come through. Miles. Miles with a half stumble now. Gets taken midway between the half and the quarter. Andy Gregory on the field this time round. This little fella, what a competitor he is.
Yes, he's come on taking the place of Shaun Edwards, and what a player to come on and create some things for you in Andy Gregory.
Running plenty of angles. Dean Bell slammed down here on the Sydney football turf. Danny Lee, Les Davidson, it's a big one and he's hurt.
Yeah, copped an accidental knee there. Unfortunate. Les Davidson picked the player up, Dean Bell, and he was very unfortunate to land on one of the defenders' knees. He'll be okay. He'll get up and play. One of the tough defenders of the game.
What a great competitor he's been from New Zealand, over in England now. Now they start to step. What can they do? They get it out wide. Coming back inside. Slam down again. Miles. Miles, can he unload? Bad mistake. Cronulla in possession, though. You can't afford to do that inside the 22.
No, and good play from Mark McGaw. Was able to get his hand in between the passer and the intended receiver. Linesman has come in to report an incident. Looks as though it will be against the Wigan side.
Bill Harrigan having a chat. Andy Gregory.
The Wigan coach John Manley certainly taking advantage of the interchange rule, running his players on and off at will. Certainly after a long plane trip out, they'll be looking for a bit of a break, and mainly using all his replacements pretty wisely.
As we said, the humidity here too, overcast conditions, but very, very humid at the Sydney Football Stadium.
And a magnificent kick there from Andrew Eddinghausen. The ball, I don't think it went out where he intended to be, but it's gone out nearly down on the Wigan quarter, and great position now for the Cronulla Sharks. Back
they come through Davison. He's getting involved, the big fella. Wants to run. Gregory comes in pretty hard too. Shaun Edwards there to assist. Trawella, dummy half. Looking for Eddinghausen. Goes the other way. Out to Mitch Healy. Healy brought down. 12, 13 metres out they are, the Sharks. Can they go in again off this 6? Eddinghausen lines them up. Eddinghausen, they drag him down. Last minute. And that was David Myers affecting that tackle. Back they come through Lee. McGaw. Up on one leg. Still going McGaw. The big fella starts to step. Up they come, the Englishman pretty high, trying to wrap him up. Up on his feet pretty quickly. Eddinghausen now. Can't do much from there. Gets it back to McGaw. Tries to get one away and he can't.
Last tackle, Trawella out of dummy half. The wide ball to Eddinghausen. Oh, they had numbers out here, but the pass went behind the play. They'll still score. And then Coleman.
Coleman goes in for Cronulla, just keeping it alive, keeping the ball moving along the line. Good football from the Sharks tonight so far.
Yes, good ball movement. Eddinghausen once again involved. The pass wasn't a good one, but Mitch Healy cleaned up particularly well. Only one player to beat, and he set up Glenn Coleman for an easy run to the line.
Peter, Cronulla looked better side with the ball. Watch this again now as the ball comes out. Now there was a fumble. It could have been the big mistake, but no, Coleman just followed through all the way, unopposed to the line. They looked the better side with the ball. Here's the kick from Eddinghausen. And no, sir. The Englishmen seem to be rattled when they get inside their own 22. Billy Harrigan blows time on again. The Englishmen restart, drive the ball very, very deep this time. Taken by Coleman. He brings it up. Scored the last try for Cronulla. Davidson gets it out for Lee.
Cronulla have shown all the other sides how to play this game at sevens. In the first half, they held possession 3 times, but held it for 6 tackles each of those occasions. Went in 10-4 at half-time. And making good ground again early in the second half.
Cronulla 10, Wigan 4. Wrigley now plays it back to Davidson. They get it out through Mitch Healy, then Danny Lee. Eddinghausen now flicks one out for Coleman. Coleman puts the pedal down on the floor and gets some pace going. Still going, Eddinghausen beside him. Oh, just couldn't get it away. Eddinghausen tried to line himself up. Cronulla nice and deep inside the 22, that danger zone again. Standing there, stepping around, Mitch Healy. Eddinghausen, I'm surprised he's there actually. Sloppy ball, he got interfered with as he got that ball. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Bill Harrigan pulls it up.
Bad play the ball. It'll be a change of possession to the Wigan side, and that's a let-off to Wigan. They were looking very vulnerable there, but they need Eddinghausen to be involved. They don't want him out wide. Offier's away once again.
Offier now. Offier this time doesn't get the chance to move too far. Up it comes now to David Myers. Myers sprints down the sideline. Beautiful tackle. Beautiful tackle. Coleman playing a big game here for the Sharks tonight. Came out of nowhere to cover that. Martin Dermott, off here, unloads out now to Dean Bell. Dean Bell 3 or 4 metres out. They've got to score here. Wigan must get some points here. Sevens football all is about converting your chances into points. Andy Gregory,
they must score out wide. Must score out wide. Dennis Betts steps inside Eddinghouse and bumps him off. Yeah, just too many numbers out wide. Dennis Betts able to run in the points to take Wigan to within 2 points of the Cronulla side.
Well, they had to do that, Peter, didn't they? I mean, they got there before and nothing ever happened. The ball came through here to Offia. Now, this pass from Greggy, a beauty.
Yeah, good ball. He saw that they had numbers out wide. Sean Edwards decided to offload straight away. Eddinghausen made great ground to get there. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Andrew Eddinghausen, Betts was able to bump him off and improve the position for the conversion kick now.
Breno Bonica takes the kick and gets the points too. Important points. Very, very important points. Andy Gregory coming off, so the little fella huffing and puffing here at the stadium. 10-all, locked up. The Sharks come back, this time through Diamond. He's on for the Sharks. Back for Trewella. Wrapped up though, Trewella can't get the ball away. Good defence from the Englishman that time. They'll have a lot of heart now at 10-all. Shadell for Cronulla, another replacement on, so Cronulla running some freshmen out now.
The referee's penalised Gene Miles for pushing the player back down as he was trying to get up to play the ball. A bad mistake there. They'd registered a couple of tackles, now another 6 for Cronulla, well inside the Wigan quarter.
Can't get used to Gino in those colours.
No, he looks different, but he's certainly been involved and he looks very, very fit.
Trewella, restart, 2 balls on the ground. Harrigan gets rid of that one. Trewella wearing the colours of Cronulla for the first time. This fellow's been very, very involved. No doubt about that. Les Davidson comes back to Trewella. Sloppy pass. Shadell can't take it. Picked up by Cronulla and can't get it away from there. Now they make the little break through Healy. Good chip through Healy. Yes, sir! Oh, yes, sir! Did that lovely. Healy, just a little chip and a beautiful bounce. Oh, they're turning their chances into points.
Yeah, smart play from Mitch Healy. Went to the defence, dropped one onto the boot. Afire was the only one to react, but he was too late. If you kick in this game, and especially if you kick short, you really should score. Healy was able to do so in that situation.
Beautiful bounce from Healy here. Watch this. Just takes it lovely. Bang, down you go. And what a great position for the kick.
Conversion was successful. Andrew Eddinghausen puts the Cronulla side 6 points clear. With only 2 minutes to go in this first game, the favourites are in trouble.
16-10, Gene Miles comes back. Oh, some heavy stuff from Diamond over the top. Gino will cop that. Out it comes now to Edwards. Edwards steps, tries to find the gap. Can't do it. They unload pretty quickly. Bonica this time. Bonica, still stepping Bonica. Taken down though by Diamond. Made no ground really.
Clark makes a good bust up the middle. Look for support, nobody there. Wigan starting to look a little bit tired, but they have a good opportunity as Offia takes the ball to the line.
Running sideways Offia, he'll straighten it up if he can. There he goes, Offia. Well, the chase Shadell is there. Oh, Eddinghausen. This is finished stuff from him. Lined him up and just went slam bam over the sideline.
Well, that's what the crowd came out here hoping to see. Andrew Eddinghausen, Martin Offia on the same field. Tremendous speedsters in this game, and great defence there from Andrew Eddinghausen has saved a try at a very crucial stage in this game.
Coach John Money, former Parramatta coach, of course, and former coach of Peter Sterling, my co-commentator here at the moment. Now looking after Wigan. Right, this scrum to form. Who is that's not quite sure who that was on the sideline. Shadell now comes out for Cronulla. Just a minute and a half to hang on, the Cronulla Sharks. Wigan in all heaps of trouble here. They need the ball and they need it quickly.
And really now Cronulla have to make sure that they don't throw caution to win. They're in front. They're 6 points clear. Just over a minute to go. They have to work their 6 out. If they haven't made a good bust, they need a good kick right at the end. As Les Davidson makes some great ground up towards the halfway line.
Oh, having a blind to Davidson. Trewella now, he goes from there too. He makes 4 or 5. That's the halfway line you can see right on that now. Cronulla through Davidson. Comes out to Lee. Big loping run from Lee. Spills the ball though, so now a chance for Wigan. They need to convert this territory into points. Can they do it?
Well, I can't believe that with a minute to go, John Money has taken Martin Offia off. I'd have thought with a minute to go, he'd have been the man they'd be looking to go to with only that short period of time left on the clock.
Myers clears it out. Quickly they take it. through Clark. Clark just over the halfway line, 16 to 10. Cronulla leading Wigan. They're running out of time. Edwards now tries to have Dino on his side. Now he unloads it. Dino goes now. He'll get there too. Just quoting the big fella. Oh, they've come back. Now the all-important kick, Gene Miles. Coach Money looking concerned. Miles scoring his first try at the Sydney Football Stadium in those unfamiliar colours.
Yes, all came from a mistake from Danny Lee, who knocked the ball on. Wigan were able to capitalise. Sean Edwards able to get through. Gene Miles on the outside, and it's now 16 points to 14 with the kick to come. Plenty of pressure on Frano Bodica's conversion attempt.
Gene Miles slams it down there. What about this for a pressure kick? Frano Bodica, he's been in a position many times, not quite like this though. There it goes, there's the angle. Oh, sir! Yes, sir! What about that for a kick from Frano Bodica, the former All Black? Well, 16 apiece. 16 apiece, the referee's out.
Yes, we'll have a little bit of a break now and it'll be extra time played. The first scorer in this extra time will win the football game. What a conversion kick there from Bodica. Magnificent, plenty of pressure, put it over the black dot.
Ice cool though, with years of experience in all football arenas of the world. Yes,
of course, he's one of the great All Black players from the past. Made the conversion to the professional game and has made a good fist of it. I thought it was one of their better performers against Australia in the last test series between the two countries.
Okay, here we go. Scrum to restart. Remember, first side that scores here wins this match. The Poms not too keen to get locked up yet.
And Wigan a decided advantage here with the feed. Bill Harrigan not happy with that, but if they get this ball, they have six chances to win the game, and that is a big advantage for the Wigan side.
Okay, Edwards to feed. There it goes. Gets the ball to Edwards. Now goes for a sprint. It's all on now. Bodica. Bodica dances around, looks the other way now, straightens up. Taken though pretty quickly by Kurt Wrigley.
And Martin Offia back on the field.
Okay, important there. Edwards trying to link up with Bodica. Does so too. Bodica stepping. Too much defence though from Cronulla. Out it goes again. This time they've got a bit of space out wide. Miles gets a great ball out for Martin Dermott. Now Martin Offia. Here he goes down the sideline and gets there. Oh, Modi bought him out with just seconds to go. Andy Gregory lined it up, but he's been hurt, and Martin Offia's done it. Oh, gee whiz, he's fast.
Well, Martin Offia was the player to put the ball over the line, but it was Gene Miles who set it up. Sean Edwards picked up his wide men. Gene Miles there popped a beautiful little ball off his shoulder to Martin Dermott. To Offia on his outside. Great attempted tackle by Glenn Coleman. Wasn't quick enough, and Martin Offia was able to score in the corner. That's enough to wrap it up for the Wigan side. They've got through by the skin of their teeth.
Oh, final score, Wigan 20, defeating Cronulla 16.
Well, Gene, you've come a million miles to play this game. You've got up in the last few minutes. It's been a pretty exciting match.
Yeah, it sure was. It certainly hasn't slowed down from last year. And, you know, as you can see, we've got plenty of pace in the wings, which is a definite advantage here.
How's the season been going over there in Wigan for you?
Yeah, very well. I had my problems first up, but we've settled down now and we're on top of the league, and you know, we're into the second round of the Challenge Cup, so things are looking all right.
What about the future for Gino?
Mate, as long as I get through this weekend, I'll be happy.
Wigan carrying some injuries, and 3 of their key players not coming out for this match, Paddy, could make a big difference. Long deep kick. Dean Bell chasing it back.
Well, that's a good start for the Case. They've got now they've got the Wigan side under a little bit of pressure, with Wigan to drop out from under their sticks.
Well, Wally Lewis taking the reins of this Gold Coast side. They've had their administration problems this year, but can the King lift them back?
I'm sure he can. You know, he's been a great player over the years. He's now coaching as well as captaining the side. And, you know, over the past few years that they haven't beat anyone, they wouldn't have beat an egg. But let's hope they can go right this year.
Another former Manly player saw handle the ball, of course, Paul Shaw. Brett Ross. Gold Coast on the charge. Jason Gregory lines up to, big tackle too. Took him down, ball and all. He was trying to unload and couldn't do it. Paul Martin, formerly from the Canberra club.
Yeah, and a good acquisition for the Seagulls. And Jason Gregory also, he was the number 2 halfback behind Ricky Stewart at Canberra. He's a very good player. He's a chance.
Back out now to Craig Weston. Loose ball though from the Gold Coast, and you can't afford to drop ball in sevens football.
Well, that was just a try for the begging there. The bloke just dropped it cold. It wasn't the best of passes, but the bloke had 9 bar in his back and couldn't bend down to pick it up.
So the Gold Coast making a mistake when they gain such valuable territory. Now the English champions, of course, beating Penrith in the club championship not that long ago. Won the Cut Silk Championship last weekend in England. That's the Challenge Cup. They defeated Salford. And Cronulla last night fell victim also to Wigan in an exciting match. Loose ball comes out. Offia tries to pick it up. Freno Botica takes the ball and cleans up, but they're going nowhere at the moment, the Englishman.
And G. Miles, they tell me he's in the best form of his career over there in Wigan, playing in the centres for Wigan. He's having an outstanding season.
Popped a pass up last night that won in the match. Sean Edwards now fires the ball out. Coming back inside Wigan, trying to find a hole through this Gold Coast defence. Shearer on Bell. They've done that before internationally.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've had a few run-ins over the years, and good tackle there by Dale. Here's a chance.
Martin Offia puts the kick through. Shaw takes it pretty well and brings it back for the Gold Coast now. Stepping around, tries to unload and does so too. That was good play. Brett Ross makes some territory there midway between the half and the quarter now, firing it out along the back line, trying to find some runners. Jason Gregory finds a little hole. Gregory brought down now right on the 22 line. Gold Coast in possession and on the attack against Wigan. David King comes up. Geez, big fella. Out it comes along the back line now. A chance if they can spread it. Gold Coast now. Jason Twist. Yes, yes, yes. Gold Coast go in for first blood against Wigan. Jason Twist with a nice bit of moving, twisting around and over the line. And that's a very, very important 4 points. They blew it the first time round, made up for it then.
Yeah, fine play here by the Gold Coast. Well set up by David King. He's about 25 stone and 9 foot tall, but pops the ball, unloads, goes out to Jason Twist right out wide here, and he stands up Martin a 5 very well. Good try for the Gold Coast, and Wigan in a spot of bother. They're looking a little bit sluggish at the moment.
Yes, well, of course, with Dale Shearer to take the attempt. Under the bar, no points there. We've got to say that they've played a lot of football. They're halfway through their season, or 2/3 through the season, and of course the long flight out, and they're still carrying bruises from that win against Salford.
Oh, they certainly are. They're doing it a little bit hard, but all they need is to hold on to a bit of possession. 6 tackles are doing the world of good here.
Full international side, Sean Edwards with the ball. Gene Miles, that familiar pass that we've seen so many times. Freno Botica, he takes it up now. They're unloading him now. Botica again to Dean Bell, and Dean Bell's in for the equaliser. Well, it didn't take him long. Good sides have got to hit back in sevens, and that's what the Poms have done.
Yeah, lots of skill there shown by those 3 players. Gene Miles, how many times have we seen him do that pass? The old basketball, the old hand, he's still got it. Look at him, throwing it now, draws a couple, pops it out. Good ball out to Botica. He did well, he threw a dummy. Dean Bell, a bit of razzle-dazzle stuff here. David Myers, and Dean Bell finishes it off very well. Wigan back in the match.
Interesting to know how many tries Dean Bell scored in his career. She's been plenty. There's the kick. Waved away. Score remains 4 apiece. Wigan and the Gold Coast.
And Andy Gregory has come onto the field.
Andy Gregory out. Well, they're bringing the guns out. That's the little man there. He is a 100% performer. Don't worry about that. Gives it all. Now the Gold Coast firing the ball out for Shearer. Shearer claps on the pace, turns it back inside to Jason Twist again. Oh, keeping it alive, this time through Jason Gregory. And the Gold Coast making good inroads inside the 22. Shearer directing traffic at the moment. Terry Cook fires. Missed chance there. They've put it down.
Keep your eye on the ball, son. Fundamental mistake there by Twist.
So away they come again.
Geez, a good player is that Dennis Betts. He knows where the hard yards are and makes them often.
Miles just barging his way up midway between the 22 halfway line. Wigan's end of the ground now. Martin Dermott fires it out for Sean Edwards. Edwards swivels around, can't get to the support though. Really made probably 2 metres in that movement. They're full of stars, these fellows. Here's little Gregory. Certainly battered and bruised and not 100% fit, but he's a big trier.
Oh, he's a great player, Andy Gregory. One of the toughest little roosters you'd ever want to see on a football field.
Edwards bangs it downfield. Down they go. Shearer falls on it. So the Gold Coast now still coming back on side, and the crowd giving that tackle a bit too. Gold Coast doing everything they can to run it out through Paul Martin. He's a good buy.
Oh, he's a good buy. He's a great finishing winger. He's scored many, many tries for the Canberra club, and with Wally Lewis inside him, anything could happen up there at the Gold Coast this year. Gold Coast are going very well here, you know. They're Wigan, they're favourites. Here's a chance now. Brett Ross.
Brett Ross, a little chip through, doesn't get the bounce, but they get the ball back. Up they go again. Paul Martin gets it away. Look at this, the Gold Coast, if they can link up, they've got the numbers. Definitely number 12. Off you just killed the movement in one go. They're still going through Terry Cook. Can he fire it? He doesn't have to. Doesn't have to. Jason Twist in for number 2. Well, they had the Poms and 6s and 7s spread all across the field.
Oh, some great football there by the Gold Coast. Wally will be ecstatic. Here's Jason Twist. He finishes off with a neat dummy inside of a fire. And the Gold Coast, they're going well.
Well, Martin, Offia or a fire. Offia is the correct pronunciation, but he likes a fire because it rhymes with chariot.
Oh, he's missed it. What a shocker by Paul Shaw. That could be costly.
Bit of a shock here. Gold Coast 8 points to 4 over Wigan. And they're playing pretty good football, the Gold Coast. They're prepared to throw it around. And they're getting good yardage too. They're running the ball up very, very strongly. Shearer. Shearer's been directing traffic. Look at this. He's gunning plays hard again. He's still going, Shearer. Bouncing out of 1 and 2. And what about that for a run? Now he still bounces out of them. Shearer's like a rubber man here. Bouncing off the Poms, one after the other.
Oh, there's plenty of room out wide if they want to spread it to the Coasters.
There's the pass, there's the long floating pass for Shaw. Shaw opens them up too. It's a race for the line now. He hasn't got the steam. Gets it back inside though. Gold Coast still on the attack. Smothered now. 24 metres out from the line. Out for Shaw. Shaw, the little grubber kick, gets taken down with that. We'll see what the referee says. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fair decision there. He was taken out by 2 players. Come on, Paul Shaw, up you get, son. You've got the penalty.
He went down pretty hard.
Ah, he's all right.
Here we go again with a replay. Frano Bodico. Oh, well, it was Dermot in with a big hit.
They didn't miss him, but they've got the penalty, and here it's 8-4, the Gold Coast in front, and they've got a great chance here to kick right away.
Okay, up they go. Craig Weston, slippy ball. Oh, dear, dear, they don't want to do this. Squander possession here. Very, very crucial set of tackles now. Through they go with Jason Gregory, burrowing his way to the line. He's almost on the line. There it is. Out it comes quickly. Weston is getting very involved with this game. So is Jason Twist. Yes, sir! Oh, is he having a big day, Twist? Is he having a big day? That's number 3.
3 in a row. I don't know what he's on. 100,000 a year, is he? What a player.
Jason Twist for try number 3. The Gold Coast had to make use of this ball after the penalty. And didn't they what? Came out to Jason Twist. He clapped it on. And Martin Offia missed him pretty badly. Went too high.
Well, he thinks a tackle is something you put on the end of a fishing line.
Well, Paul Shaw's obviously got a pretty bad shoulder out that. He was hit really hard and high. Here's the kick from Jason Gregory. Shocker in these conditions. We're not going to see too many kicks out wide today.
No, the greasy ball won't be helping. The drop kick is a very hard kick to put between the sticks, and the strike rate's not too good today. Wigan, can they fight back here?
Bodica, Frano Bodica. Mystical player, great reputation. Edwards bumps into Bodica. Now it comes out to Gregory. Gregory steps back inside. Too much red, black and white defence there though. They wrap him up. Centre field. Again to Edwards. Great understanding, these two. Gino Miles with another great pass to Bodica. Bodica though can't get through the defence. Gold Coast defending and attacking. Well, they're playing the perfect game of 7s at the moment. Edwards trying to link up. Flicks a long pass over for Offia. Has another chance and knocks on. Well, he made a sensational debut here last night, but he's been a bit ordinary today.
He's had a shocker. And the Gold Coast, they're defending very well then. Wigan put a run around on, but they spread very well and put the pressure back on the Wigan side now.
Can't get used to looking at Gene Miles in that strip.
Oh, he looks good. He's got the pommy haircut, the white legs. He's still playing well, though.
Gold Coast. Through Gregory. Playing it back to Shearer. Shearer swiveling back to Gregory again. Gregory dancing around, trying to get out of the way of the referee and the English players. Paul Martin fires it out now. They decide to come the other way. They change directions, the Gold Coast. They're keeping the Englishmen guessing.
I know that Wally Lewis up there has been doing a lot of skill work with this Gold Coast side, and it's certainly showing, popping a few good balls, dummies and all that sort of thing. Great rugby league.
Shearer. Shearer. Held by Gregory. Gets away again. Shearer up the sideline.
Oh, he's home.
Oh, Yes, sir. Look at this, just slowing it down. Now he goes. A bit of gamesmanship for Shearer, and he improves the position. Well, he slowed down to a trot. Said, come and get me if you can. I'll waste a bit more time.
Well, this has been a turn-up for the books. The Gold Coast rated rank outsiders. Wally, cracker for a smile, son, will ya? Rowdy here, gets out of 2 or 3 tackles. His former Brisbane teammate, G-Miles, not quick enough. And Rowdy, bit of gamesmanship, snuck away, eating up the time on the clock. 2.5 minutes remaining now. The Gold Coast, they're dead set home here.
Made of rubber, Shearer, today. He's bouncing off players every which way. 16-4. Gold Coast over Wigan, lining up for the kick, and the rain belting down here at the Sydney Football Stadium. Well, it's a horror, and there'll be a lot of them today. Slippery ball, drop kicking way out. Now we straight underway. The Englishmen bring it back. They've got to hit back pretty hard. They're going to run out of time. Just under 2 minutes now. 16-4, the Gold Coast. David Myers wrapped up pretty well. Midway between the quarter to half. Their end of the ground. Gregory throws a wild one out. Can't be taken cleanly by Edwards, but he is taken cleanly by the Gold Coast. They wrap him up. They've defended very well, the Gold Coast. Here's Offia. Can he make the break? No, he can't. Gee, they've defended well, haven't they?
Oh, their tackling is outstanding, and the Wigan side are really hard pressed to make a clean break. There's a shocking pass there.
David Myers, well, a bit of biff and barge. David King said welcome, and Sean Edwards will go in for really a token try. 1 minute 17 on the board.
Yeah, they've come a long way, Wigan, but they're going home unrewarded. This is a bit of a dicey try. I thought the pass before was forward. Oh, get that in there, he said. But still scored the try with Sean Edwards going over. But it's all too late for Wigan.
There's the kick. And gets it. So, kicking pretty well is Frano Bodica. All a bit late, though. 16-10, but still. 51 seconds on the board. The Gold Coast are slowing it down the best way they can.
Yes, the Wigan side today really haven't found their rhythm. They've been a bit disjointed, and a very disappointing performance by them. The Gold Coast, full credit goes to them. All they've got to do is hang on to the ball for 6, and it's money for Jam.
And that's all they're going to do now. Time clicking down to 27 seconds left. The Gold Coast in possession. They'll just play out the 6 as slow as they can. It's funny how injuries come around with 20 seconds to go.
Oh, good thinking by the Gold Coast here.
Slowing the play down, Terry Cook.
He's been very impressive. Terry Cook, a newcomer to the Gold Coast side, but a very good player.
16-10. The Gold Coast over Wigan. Slowing it down. The crowd counting down now. So the English champions defeated Cronulla last night. Go down to the Gold Coast, and there's the coach going back. Wally Lewis, he'll be happy with that. So Wigan have come a long way. Of course, we'll see them again during this competition, but going down to the Gold Coast, 16 points to 10. Gino Miles wearing the colours of the English champion side, the cherry and white of Wigan. Ball restart in play now. And this Wigan side, they really need to do something. Dennis Betts and the Peter Stillings got big wraps on. Takes the ball up first for them. Now they flick it around. Dean Bell gets it on to Bodica. Now to Martin Offia. Had a terrible game against the Gold Coast, but he's flying already today. Martin Offia will go all the way, and Wigan get the first points in this quarter-final of the Cup. And boy, oh boy, doesn't he burn the turf even on a wet day when he gets the chance. Had a terrible game against the Gold Coast, but just exploded out of the blocks. Watch this.
Well, we've seen some very quick players play this game, but I've never seen anybody quicker than Martin Offia on a football field. A valiant chase there by a couple of the Penrith players. Barry Walker, no, that was Boyd coming across the last tackle. He had no chance, and Offia has given the Wigan side a marvellous start. 4 points to 0 within a minute. Great start for the Englishman.
No doubt about that. Frano Bodica, who has been kicking very well, Peter.
Yes, he's landed 3 goals up to this stage, and you know, if they can get any points courtesy of conversions today, it's an enormous bonus. Very difficult conditions. Bodica has done just that, put one over the black dot. A very big 6 points to 0 lead for the Wigan side.
No doubt about that. Well, Martin Offia was electric against Cronulla on the first night of this tournament. Went very flat against the Gold Coast. Gee, what a run then. Okay, Betts wraps up Penrith. Let's get back to them as Cartwright now brings it up. He unloads very quickly. But they're getting bustled by this English defence. Coming up very quickly, Gene Miles involved in that. Cartwright getting very involved, puts the ball down and quickly puts the toe to it.
Well, that's the problem with the conditions out there today. There's going to be a lot of loose ball, and really the side that can get down, make less mistakes, but also get on the loose balls is going to hold a tremendous advantage. Possession extremely important in these wet conditions.
Both packs going in. Wigan ball. Bodiger up in the line to try and create that overlap. Bell steps back inside. Lots of defence still going though. Bustling his way a few more metres.
He's had a marvellous career, Dean Bell. It seems like he's been around forever, and there's another man who's got plenty of miles up, Gene Miles, and seems to have found an extra lease of life with the Wigan club. He's had a marvellous season so far over there in their conditions.
No doubt about that. He's getting big raps out of England. Right now they go. Wigan Betts flings one back.
There'll be another 6 tackles to the Wigan side, and again some more possession. Very tough for the Penrith side to score without the football.
Sean Edwards will play it back. Dermott fires one out now for Miles. Gets it on to Betts. Betts picks up Bodiger. Comes back inside. They've taken play into the Penrith half by about 13 metres. Betts puts the toe to the ball. Not a bad kick either. The chasers on now in these greasy conditions. But Penrith clean it up through Alexander.
Well, that's smart play again from the Wigan side. Betts dropped the ball onto the boot. Very tough to pick it up. Alexander tried to do so, but again, another set of 6. And really, with this weight of possession, we should see some more points registered by this Wigan side.
Bell gets a very smart ball out very quickly to Myers. Trying to get up to play the ball. Careful here because they've got plenty of time now. Plenty of tackles left. Here they go. The Englishmen stretching the way. They change direction though. They come back the other way.
This man's the key for the Wigan side, Sean Edwards. Without Andrew Gregory on the field, he's the playmaker. He's the man that would be looking for places where the Penrith defence are vulnerable.
Busy player, as he likes to get involved from the word go.
Well, he's a test player, and it probably hasn't lived up. I think he was one of the youngest players ever to represent in the English jersey, and maybe hasn't lived up. As Dermott goes, oh, he's short. That's a double movement.
No try, double movement from Dermott. He just went a bit early, slammed it down, thought he was going to get probably swept across on the grass.
Well, he's awarded the try. I'd like to see this on replay. I thought he grounded the ball, and it was a separate motion. There, he's grounded it once, and he grounded it again.
No doubt about it.
Well, it's a little bit of luck there for the Wigan side, and they have had all the football. They need these points on the board with the weight of possession they've been able to enjoy.
So Wigan 10, Penrith yet to put any points on the board. The kick to come, there it is. It's a horror. So that score remains Wigan 10, Penrith 0. And that one, well, definitely a double movement there. No doubt about that. But it's been awarded. Right, Penrith now with the football. Cartwright goes up hard again. Takes it 10 metres out. Alexander. Bittler. Bittler's been using his step to great effect, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a fine player. Been on a kangaroo tour at something like 18 years of age, and I think he'll be in Australian sides for many years to come in some shape or form. As Alexander sees some space out wide, picks up Brad Fittler, but a poor pass back inside, and Gene Miles comes up with the football.
Knocked the wind out of his sails a bit. So Wigan now back with the ball. Not going anywhere this time, though.
With only a minute and a half left on the clock, Darryl, Wigan don't have to do anything. They've got a good lead on the scoreboard, 10 points to 0, and really they can just afford to work it out. If they work out 5 tackles, put the big kick in, but Dermott has made a good break. He's picked up Offia.
And Offia's out of that tackle. Can he go again? Now he stretches out. He's going to go all the way again by the look of it. Martin Offia will put it right under the black dot. Well, he knows how to score him. There's no doubt about that. I'm not too sure he can get through defence as well as he would like to, but if he gets any space, he's just uncatchable.
Well, he's not in the side for his defence. This is why he's in the side, and this is why he's the highest paid rugby league player in the world, along with Ellery Hanley, I suppose. Just that freakish ability to be able to score tries, and it is courtesy of that amazing speed. And that really should wrap up this match. I know that's a big statement going into the second half, but with a 16 points to 0 lead as Bodica does convert the try, going to be very difficult for the Penrith side to pull back.
So there we are, scores now the first Cup quarter-final, Wigan over Penrith, and to the tune of 16-0. Well, Out for Cartwright again. Up he goes, hard and straight. Ben Alexander looking for his brother. Fittler wanted the ball, but just couldn't get it. Gene Miles put himself in between Alexander and the ball. Gain for Fittler. Comes out for Walker. There's the half-time siren. Loose ball. Gregory gets his toe to it. The Englishman chase on, but the referee pulls it back. So the half-time...
Now, it's been a penalty awarded here, Darryl. The Penrith side, he's ruled that the player was offside. Andy Gregory shakes his head. He doesn't agree with it. So they'll have one last chance this first half to register their first points.
Okay. So Penrith going as much as they can. It'll take them just outside the 22.
Run it, Darryl, or put the ball up in the air? They'll run it.
There we go. Fittler. There's the kick.
30-0 kick. A good play there from the Wigan side. Bodica takes the tackle.
Action from the second half coming up. Wigan leading. Penrith 16-0. Driving the ball off. Pretty deep, Penrith. In these conditions, Peter, you've played here this morning. I mean, I can't believe the ground has drained as well as it has when you consider how much rain over 3 days we've had. Well,
there is still a lot of water out there, Darryl, but with the amount of rain, the ground has held up remarkably well. You could do with flippers and scuba gear out there, but I thought it was an excellent first half performance by the Wigan side. They played very, very good wet weather football, which I suppose they are used to coming from where they do.
Intercept then from the Englishman. Referee pulls it back, though. The scrum will pack midway between the quarter and the half. Penrith's end of the ground. Alexander to feet and one against the head, so a good win for Wigan here. They've got them stretched if they can go out, but they come back the other way. Andy Gregory now, he straightens up the attack, and that's the 22 you can see. So again, they're in great attacking position, Pete.
Yes, and they really don't have to score points, Darryl. They just waste time with the possession. Good stepping here from David Myers and a good support from Sean Edwards. They've got enough points on the scoreboard to win. They just have to keep their line intact.
So Wigan just inside the 22. Over the head of Miles. Picked up by Bell. He virtually goes backwards to give himself some space now. Bodica puts the ball in the air, chasing through. He gets the bounce. He might still be able to do it. Oh,
I think it went
touch
dead.
And go, but I think he just missed it by probably a couple of centimetres. It was close. Watch this.
Yeah, smart play from Frano Bodica. The ball just skidding along there. You can see the wet conditions. Very, very close, but the ball just over the line.
Not much in that.
Well, no beg your pardons here. Sean Edwards not happy with Greg Alexander and vice versa. I think more of a smile on Sean Edwards' face when he looks up at the scoreboard. The penalty has gone to the Penrith side, and Brad Fittler picks up touch. Still 10 metres inside their own half.
So Penrith yet to score, and this is the second half, and they need to put some points on the board very, very quickly. But they just can't get that field position, Peter. They've played most of this game up there into the field.
No, they haven't had much football, and it's been a smart performance by Wigan. Only 4.5 minutes left on the clock. I know Penrith have got some great attacking players, but very difficult to see them scoring enough points to go through into the semi-final.
Penrith running out of tackles and needing some territory very quickly. Alexander now belts the ball downfield. Plenty of Penrith chasing coming on, but the Englishman should cover it up. Oh, no, they don't! That's got to be a try. Yes, sir, that is a try. So a great chase. We said the chasers were coming through, and what a beauty.
Yes, they took the odds to it. Greg Alexander certainly had plenty of pace there from the Penrith side, chasing with Alexander and Graham Lyons, who has scored a couple of tries already in this tournament. A bad bounce for David Myers, and Graham Lyons right on the spot. And that's the first points to the Penrith side. The conversion attempt unsuccessful, so still plenty to do, trailing 16 points to 4.
Penrith on the board at 16-4. Dean Miles starts for Wigan, and again makes another valuable 10. Gregory puts his head down and burrows away. and gets inside the 22. So in 2 plays, they've really made a lot of ground here, Wigan.
He's like an extra forward, isn't he, Andy Gregory? Pocket back at the battleship. Look at the size of the man. A very astute player, good ball player, and so is this man, Sean Edwards. They've done a marvellous job out there this afternoon for the Wigan side.
Boddicker stepping, looking to unload, long floater out. Comes back inside for Sean Edwards. All sorts of angles here for Andy Gregory, the little man we're talking about, and it opens up for him, and he's right under the post. Gee, they're virtually uncatchable here with only 2:41 on the clock to go and leading 20-4 with a kick to come.
Yes, we spoke about running angles yesterday, and what it does is put the opposition in 2 minds. You see the Penrith defence at 6s and 7s there. The number 10, Brett Boyd, had no idea who was going to get the football. In the end, he got nobody.
Boddicker out in front. Gets the points too, so 22-4. Wigan over Penrith in this, the first Cup quarter-final. And the Englishmen very, very impressive. They've had all of the ball, but basically, in this match. So Penrith now back on the attack. Alexander swings it around, gets it to his brother. Now it goes.
Graham Mackay taking the ball up. He's had a good tournament for the Penrith side as well.
Cartwright turns his back to spin it away and does exactly that. Alexander goes out wider again to Lyons. Loose ball.
Another set of 6 there for the Penrith side, a fortuitous bounce, but a minute 40 left on the clock, trailing by 18. It's going to be Wigan that's going to go through, and it's been a good performance. A high tackle from Sean Edwards. And Brad Fittler again presenting that high tackle.
Coach Gould sitting high and dry. Well, not about dry, but high in the stands anyway. It's not too many people dry here. There's Mackay. Bustles his way into the 22. There's a bit of push and shove going on. This was always going to sort of happen, but Dean Bell doing the best he can to settle everything down.
Yeah, shame to see this happen. Tempest starting to get a little bit frayed. I don't know what eventuated there between Martin Offier and Graham Mackay. But again, when you look at the scoreboard, you know who's going to have the biggest smile on their face.
The feeling of this, of course, goes back to last October when Wigan defeated Penrith in the World Club Championship. There'd still be a bit of sting left there.
Yeah, I'm sure that, you know, even though Penrith won the Winfield Cup competition, that it would have been nice to take the World Championship. Everything against them going over there at the end of the season, and I'm sure the boys celebrated long and hard going up to that game. But Wigan, they've earned the title of World Champions, and, you know, they're going to register another win this afternoon.
So the ball still loose here in the dying seconds of the game. A mishandled ball, and it's a try. So Penrith posting some points late, and too late with only 16 seconds of this game remaining.
Yeah, big John Cartwright put the boot to the ball. Frano Boddicker took this pretty easily. Should have dived on the football in these conditions, but it's all academic now. That's just going to make it a more impressive scoreline for the Penrith team, I suppose. They've got to within 14 points.
So 22-8, the final score.
Eddie Ward in charge of the game. The Wigan champions beat Cronulla, they beat Penrith. They went down to Gold Coast as we get underway now. 7-by-7 played by Boddicker. Now it's Sean Edwards for Betts. And Betts is tackled low by Jones, over the top by Stokes. Dean Bell. Working play inside the Manly 32. The Eagles have been most impressive, defeating Illawarra, Papua New Guinea. And Balmain kicked ahead by O'Fire. He'll regather and probably score. He does. First blood goes to Wigan. O'Fire clutching at his wrist.
And Martin O'Fire's down injured there after he scored the try, but a brilliant try. How quick is the man? He sights the opening, the little kick through. Kevin Iro, his former Wigan teammate, but Martin O'Fire just towed it through, and then over he went. Good try to Wigan. O'Fire's up and about now, jogging back into position. Sprained wrist.
I'm going round now.
They shouldn't worry him.
Frano Boddicker taking the attempted conversion from way out. Dual international Boddicker. Not a bad kick considering the conditions, just across the face of the uprights. So we come back to the halfway with Wigan leading Manly 4 points to nil. Cliff Lyons, one of the Manly stars. Now, it's Jones. Midway, 22 halfway, Wigan's end of the park. O'Connor looks for the man who played the ball to stay alive. Jones, he does that, but he didn't stay alive for long. Now it's away from Cunningham. This is David Lydiard. Lydiard bouncing off a shoulder charge.
Ray, we know that Ian Roberts was injured earlier in the day. He's got a torn thigh muscle. Whether he comes out in this game, we'll have to see.
Uncharacteristic mistake by Cliff Lyons. Looking to show the ball and dropping it, played by Gene Miles. Potica, back for O'Fire. Cross the park, then the long ball. This is Dennis Betts, considered by many to be the best forward in the world today. Dermott gives it to Miles. Miles takes it into Manly territory.
Miles is running sensationally back to the centres for Gene Miles. He's playing centre over in Wigan and running like a 3-year-old.
Potica. Cunningham wraps him up. 40 metres out from the Manly line. Wigan 4, Manly no score. Edwards works back to the blind. Back for Potica. Cunningham again, strong in defence. Piles him into the ground, brings a roar from the crowd. Kick by Edwards over towards the goal mouth. Nicely weighted. Kevin Iro scored 3 tries against the Tigers. Gets it back into the field of play. Betts was one chaser, Bell was the other. Lydiard's the dummy half. Good tackle by Betts. O'Connor's turn.
Oh, good defence by Wigan. They're keeping Manly pinned in their own 10-metre zone, and Manly having trouble getting out of there.
Second tackle, Lyons, Stokes, Iro outside the quarter. Stokes, Jones, Lyons, outside 32. Again, good defence by Wigan, particularly from Dermott. Blindside for O'Connor. Again, Dermott makes the tackle. O'Connor punches that ball down towards the touchline. Lollies around, but it does in fact touch that sideline, so it's a scrum to pack down. 25 metres from the Wigan line.
Yeah, Cliffy Lyons once again is the chief Manly playmaker. He runs with the ball in front of him. It puts the defence in 2 minds, and if Manly are to win this game, Cliffy will need to produce a big game. Andy Gregory now brings up the ball for Wigan.
O'Fire into dummy half. Sean Edwards coming back towards the blind side, running into the traffic. Penalty goes to Wigan.
Yeah, he'll call out John Jones here. Jones, he come over the top, young Jughead Jones from Manly. Sean Edwards went into the tackle, and Jughead came over the top with, yes, he had 2 shots at him there. Got him both times, and Eddie Ward's given the penalty.
Wigan by 4 points to nil. 2 minutes left in the first half. First semi-final, the Nissan Cup for 1992.
And Jughead hasn't missed Sean Edwards. Look at the claret pouring out of his hooter.
Some attention for that part of the anatomy right now. Miles, good one-handed ball. Betts was there trailing. Dermott's into dummy half. They've stacked the blind side. Gregory held it back nicely. Myers couldn't handle. Jones dives on it for Manly.
And Andy Gregory got up spewing there. He's not happy. He thought Myers should have taken that one. Chance for Manly now on the right.
Stokes wrapped up by Dean Bell, but now away from him. O'Connor's gone into dummy half. Lydiard folds to the blind side. This is Iro. Iro for Lydiard. Almost on the halfway line. Dying seconds of the first half. Shown by Lyons, given to Iro. Ward has picked up the knock-on.
The knock-on there. Manly seem to be devoid of ideas at the moment to try and crack this Wigan defence. Wigan tackling like men possessed. Martin Dermott very impressive in the middle.
45 seconds out from half-time. 7 minutes the semi-finals, 10 minutes the final. Fed by Gregory. This is Dean Bell. Bell, big dummy to O'Fire. They bought the dummy. Back inside for O'Fire. Oh, beautiful tackle by O'Connor. Now it's Bell. This is Gregory. 15 out. Long ball. Torpedo for Betts. Tackled now. 10 metres out from the line. Can Wigan put some more points on the board before half-time? Miles to O'Fire. Inside the 10. Cunningham chases. They won't get him. Oh, super try by O'Fire.
Too much pace, Martin O'Fire. We've seen him do it with the eastern suburbs, St George, Widnes and now Wigan. Simple case of out the ball goes to O'Fire. He's got 2 men to beat. A Wigan man outside of him, but too much speed. Kevin Iro can't match it with him. And Martin O'Fire, 8-0 to Wigan.
There it is again. He scored some long-distance tries in the tournament, but this one was an absolute bottler of a try. So the score coming up to half-time, Wigan 8, Manly no score. Dean Miles from way out on the T-bar. Gets plenty of height, plenty of distance, but just wide. Start of the second half now. Manly with plenty of work to do, trailing by 8 points to 0. Andy Gregory fields the kick-off and brings it out 30 metres almost for the Wigan team. Miles has gone to dummy half. Cunningham doing the work. Dermott, Gregory. Now it's gone through from Sean Edwards to Dean Bell. Wrapped up by Lyon. Wind gusting across the stadium, bringing back the rain again. Edwards for Miles. Iro back slams Gene Miles. Sean Edwards. Gregory. Gregory right across the ground. He picks up David Myers. Myers will play the ball back now for Sean Edwards. Through to Gregory. Punches the ball down inside the Manly 22. Here's a race for the ball. O'Connor and Boddicker. Oh, O'Connor's missed the ball. I think it came off Boddicker's foot last, however. Well,
great chase. Yeah, great chase by Boddicker. Gregory put the ball through. Snoogles missed it there, but Boddicker, unlucky for Wigan, could have wrapped the match up.
Well, Eddie Ward's given the feed to Wigan. It came off Boddicker's foot last.
Well, that's an unbelievable decision. Snoz O'Connor went over the touch judge there and started blowing up. He's running back into position now. But Wigan with the feed, 10 yards out from Manly's line.
A picture of Graham Lowe suggests he can't believe it. Neither can I. Manly won the scrum against the feed, but now they've knocked on. Well, this time the right side will have the feed. But a bad mistake there by Eddie Ward off advice from his touch man. Sean Edwards, centre ground, 10 metres out. A try here will probably seal it for Wigan. Gregory! 1 metre from the uprights. End of the passage for Wigan as Manly comes away with Hancock. Now Lydiard. Boddicker's tackle on Lydiard is a good one. O'Connor. Now to Cunningham.
Oh, they're tackling well, Wigan. Plenty of oomph in their tackles. And Manly doing it hard now.
Lyons. Now to O'Connor. Gregory on O'Connor. He misses him. Hancock. Chance now for the Eagles. Stokes has got the ball. He's lost it. David Myers has got it.
Yeah, great tackle, Dean Bell on Kevin Iro. Iro looked as though he's in the clear, but Bell came across in cover and smashed him.
Wigan now with a fresh set of 6. Boddicker coming away from the halfway line. Straight up the centre. Puts in the kick. A race for the ball now. Boddicker again involved. Cleaned up by David Lydiard for Manly. Stokes. Beats Boddicker. Gets the ball 20 metres out from the Manly line. Miles is the tackle. 8 points to 0. 3 3/4 to go. Lydiard. Manly not looking as well-oiled or regimented as they were in their earlier exchanges. Lyons, big dummy, crosses quarter. One-hander for O'Connor. Miles on O'Connor.
Good tackle by Gene Miles. O'Connor's got the great left foot step, but Gino got him. Here's a chance now.
David Lydiard into some space now. Beats Gregory. They come from behind. Dean Bell, one of them. Through Lyons. It's gone to Iro. They've got the numbers on the left. It's gone out to Hancock. Hancock gets it to Stokes. Stokes comes inside. He picks up Kevin Iro. Iro goes in for Manly. 8 points to 4 now. The Eagles coming back.
That's the try that the Eagles wanted. They were down 8-0 with 2.5 minutes remaining, and they were desperate. Got the ball on the left. Craig Hancock found Frankie Stokes. Martin Afai came across in cover, but Kevin Iro, no one covering him inside, under the sticks. 8-4, kick to come.
Cliff Lyons, he's missed it.
Oh, shocker, Cliffy.
Under the bar. 8 points to 4, Wigan leads. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Back now for Dermott. Dennis Betts. Away from Lydiard. He's into the open. Clean break by Betts. Pull down, 10 out.
Yeah, what a great player Dennis Betts is. A great, hard-running second rower.
Sean Edwards. Away and through Dermott. Taken by Lydiard.
Well, David Lydiard never onside there, coming back into position. Very lucky escape there for Manly.
Manly, 1 minute and 45 to go. Lyon on his own 22 for Hancock. Betts the tackler. Lyons calling it left. Lydiard. Good tackle by Miles.
The Manly club, they've been looking for the combination of Cliffy Lyons, Mick O'Connor and Kevin Iro to try and get them out of the fire here.
Cunningham, straight up the middle. Owen Cunningham is through. He's picked up O'Connor. Back to Cunningham. Cunningham's inside the 32. Gets it away for Stokes. He's up to the 22. Hancock is 15 out. Back for Stokes. Now way back in the centre of the ground. Cunningham. Cunningham. He'll score. A sensational drive.
And Graham Leigh smiles, and why wouldn't he? Owen Cunningham's played a big part in this try. He made the initial break right down the middle. The flags go flying. The people are happy.
Well, what a performance by Owen Cunningham.
He went straight down the middle through the long ball out to Frankie Stokes. It looked like it might die here. But Craig Hancock back to Stokes. Cunningham again, a missed tackle there. Martin Afai couldn't get him. 8-all, kick to come, and a pressure kick. Who's going to take it? Looks like Frank Stokes.
Stokes has got the ball. Just asking the touch judge for the actual line.
15 seconds remaining. If he gets this, it's all over. If not, the first scorers will win after the return to the centre mark.
Stokes, it's away wide of the uprights.
So we'll have a dead heat here.
Full-time siren sounding. Referee Ward acknowledges that. Away goes David Myers. Gets the ball down for Boddicker. Boddicker was held up after kicking the ball. There could be a penalty here. There is. No, it's played on. But
Penalty.
It'll be a penalty.
Yeah, penalty.
Penalty to Wigan.
They get another chance to the Wigan players. Will they take the kick for goal or spread it out? Big
So
decision.
we're locked at 8 points all. The
Morris.
full-time siren has sounded. So Dermott. Just a question there of the referee.
Well, it looks like Frano Boddicker is going to try and kick this goal to put them in front and give them the game.
8 points all. We've gone past the full-time hooter. They were able to start the game off before the siren. Boddicker's kick, it's wide. We go to extra time. Now, the first team to score points wins the game. Wigan should have the feed to this scrum. Manly the loose head. Last team in possession. Yes, it'll be Wigan's feed.
Well, Wigan need to hold this for 6 tackles, try and get down in the quarter. and do something from there. It's an exciting finish to the game. The winner goes through to the final of the National Sevens.
Andy Gregory off the field. Could be Lions booking for Manly. Fed and won by Wigan naturally. Wide ball for Boddicker. David Myers now. 12 metres into Manly's area. Boddicker again. Sean Edwards back for Boddicker. They go back to the blind side. Boddicker pulled down by Lyons. 32 metres out. Myers away for Edwards. On now for Dermott. Long ball by Dermott. Beautifully taken by Dean Bell. Bell gets it away for Dermott. Now they've got the numbers. They've got 3 on 2. Dermott, oh, he's turned it back into no man's land. O'Fire's got the ball. Back it comes now for Sean Edwards. Inside the 22 he goes. Manly hanging on, trying to turn Wigan away from this set of 6. Inside the quarter. Dennis Betts now. Betts. Pulled down by Hancock. He got it to Bell. O'Fire. Now it's Boddicker. Lyons makes the tackle that had to be made. 5 tackles gone against Wigan. The Cherry Pickers and the Sea Eagles. O'Fire. Now it's Edwards. Taken ball and all by Kevin Iro.
Yeah, great defence by Manly, holding the great Wigan side out for 6 tackles there. And fantastic defence. Graham Lowe looks on concernedly.
Played by Jones. Hancock. O'Connor. Bell got a shoulder on him. Hancock for Lydia. Away from Miles. Taken by Bell. Hancock has gone to dummy half, but his nearest teammate is 20 metres away. Rain sweeping across the stadium again. O'Connor. Oh, Lydiard went the wrong way.
If David Lydiard stays out on his wing there, it could have been a try, a 70-metre try, but he elected to come back inside and the ball goes into touch.
We're into extra time by something like 2.5 minutes now. Won by Wigan. Edwards for Bell. Run around for Edwards. 8 points all. Extra time for the right to go through to the final. Bell inside for Miles. This could be it. It's gone out for Dennis Betts. He gets it over the line. Wigan have gone to the final.
Yeah, well played, Wigan. They came into this competition as 4-1 favourites. The bookmakers said Wigan were 4-1 and they're into the final. And Dennis Betts, the great Dennis Betts, Dean Bell went wide, he turned into Miles, and Miles did the same. Bennett's come back inside, he had to hurdle his own player. Yeah, fair try to Dennis Betts. Wigan win the semi.
So it's time on from Bill Harrigan. Wigan running right to left. And coming back with the ball is Terry Madison for the Broncos. Immediately the first tackler was Gene Miles. Now it's Willie Kahn out to the 22 line. Dean Bell one tackler, Sean Edwards the other. The Broncos ultra impressive against Newcastle. Referee Harrigan letting play go down the ground, applying the advantage. It'll come back for the knock-on and a very good chance for Wigan early.
Yes, not the start that Brisbane were looking for. A mistake on something like the third tackle. I mean the Brisbane side, I'm sorry. And Wigan a great, as you say, Ray, a great attacking opportunity. See, Martin Offia has gone into 5'8", normally out on the wing, so they're looking to get him involved straight away.
So Wigan win the scrum. Sean Edwards gave it to Martin O'Fire. He ran into a cordon of Broncos now. It comes back along the back line now to Frano Boddicker, dual international. He's left the halfway behind him and eventually pulled up by Kahn. Now it's Dennis Betts. Working play up towards the 22. Dummy half is Boddicker. Edwards at first receiver. Away now for Bell. Now it's Dermott. Offia gets out of a couple. Inside the quarter. That's his 7th try for the tournament.
Well, I mentioned advantages in this Wigan side. I said the fact that they had a little bit more rest, but There's another advantage, the speed of this man, the top try scorer in the competition. Moved the ball out, a missed tackle from Michael Hancock, whose defence has been very good up to date, and once he gets into open space, there's just absolutely no chance of catching this man. Been criticism of his defence, but when it comes to attack, none better.
So Wigan take first points and lead by 4 points to 0, and Frano Bodica has a 50% success ratio with his kicking during this tournament. He's unsuccessful with this one, and so the scoreline remains with 2.5 minutes approximately gone in the first half, keeping in mind they are 10-minute halves in the final only, the cup final, 20 minutes in length with a 5-minute break in the middle. Brisbane now with Madison. Dummy half is Walters. Now it's Johns. Again, Miles getting involved in the heavy work of defence. Walters. Now it's Langer. One thing that came through with the Wigan semi-final performance was the vigour in their defence, the intensity. Johns is out of a fragile tackle, though. And again, it was Big Gino who cut him down. They're 15 out from the line. Kick going sadly astray there.
Yeah, it's not what Kevin Walters was looking for. You did mention the defence of Wigan, Ray, as they had a bust made against them, but that's been the impressive thing. The English have always been criticised for that part of their game. But it's been very, very good over the last couple of days in this Sevens tournament.
David Myers tackled with the ball, formerly, or had a season with the Manly club. Just outside the Wigan 22, Miles to play. From Bodica to Edwards. Dermott. Now it's Edwards again, right across the park. Throwing dummies, losing some ground. Dean Bell, Kiwi captain of a couple of years ago. Edwards. Away now for Dermott. On for Betts. Oh, Betts was lucky. He got underneath that big one from Lazarus. Dermott onto Miles. Miles over the halfway mark. Bodica. Dermott. Kick going down towards the 22-metre point. In fact, well beyond it. Willie Carr uses the fend. Comes to Myers. Johns is in at acting half now. Lazarus. Glenn Lazarus steaming up the middle.
Some very cheap yards there for Glenn Lazarus. Really now, the Wigan side have to reform in defence. A good set of 6 with a fair kick at the end of it. And the Brisbane side looking to work out their first set of 6 tackles with the football in their hands.
Madison got a ball away for Michael Hancock. Pulled down by David Myers. Midway 22 halfway. Penalty goes to Brisbane. Penalty to Brisbane, not allowing him to play the ball.
Yeah, some interference in the play the ball, and another tough call for the Wigan side. You don't want to be giving away penalties in the tackle count because this game is all about possession. As Kevin Walters makes some good ground up the middle, starting to look very dangerous, the Brisbane team.
Andy Gregory was the man that made the tackle. Johns now comes towards the centre of the ground. Edwards and Gregory. The halves for Wigan, the cherry pickers, they make the tackle. Langer away through Lazarus and Walters, and now with Renouf. And Renouf cut down. Bootlace tackle by Bodica.
Chase across, boss. Chase across.
Cross now for Lazarus. The line is only 8 metres away. 3 metres away. Langer! Langer gets the first try for the Broncos. It's 4 points all. Kick to come.
Langer may have got the try, but put the try down to Glenn Lazarus. A great run up the middle again, an offload. Had Alan Langer in support, and he scored under the post. We see Lazarus taking the ball under a high tackle from Offia. Just the strength of this man. Good ball away and some nice nifty footwork again from Alan Langer. Improves the position. And the kick successful from Alan Langer, moves up. 6 points to 4, the Brisbane side now lead. And that's got them back on track, courtesy of a try to that man.
And with the ball and taking it out through Andy Gregory. Away now for O'Fire. Down the sideline. Shut the gate. Chariots is going in again. 8th try of the tournament. 8 points to 6 now.
And not happy with the late tackle from Michael Hancock. but he's got the 4 points. And another, just an incredible effort of speed here. Outside Willie Kahn, who is not a slow man, current test winger for Australia. But it showed him a clean pair of heels. Took the ball around, and Michael Hancock did come in late. And did offend Martin Offia. But he has put his English side once again into the lead, 8 points to 6. And the kick unsuccessful from Sean Edwards. Very difficult to get those conversion kicks away, but a good lead to the Wigan side as Langer restarts play.
And immediately they go to the right, to Kerrod Walters. Now Chris John. So first one, then the other. Just the way you would expect a cup final. Madison, Langer, Gregory's after him. Bell makes the tackle. Kerrod Walters, Madison. Ridden into the ground by Bottiger. Away now for an off in the headgear as per normal. Pulled down by Dennis Betts. He's had a great sevens. Kerrod Walters, flick pass for an off. 5 tackles gone. Langer. Langer steps off the left, comes back to the blind. They've stacked the numbers on the blind side.
Yes, good defence from the Wigan side. Alan Langer put the big left foot step in. It was the last tackle. Had the option of kicking, decided to run. But the Wigan defence up to the task.
Bottiger, Betts now. One-on-one performance by Renouf on Betts. Dermott. Tremendous semi-final for him. Gregory's gone into acting. Sean Edwards. The ball is going to bounce midway between 22 and halfway. It's rolled right down inside the Brisbane quarter. Race for the ball here. And covered up by Michael Hancock.
A good kick there from Sean Edwards and a great chase from David Myers. Only a minute 15 left on the clock. Wigan well satisfied going in with a half-time lead.
8-6, 2 tries to Wigan to Brisbane. 2 to a fire, 1 to Langer. Bursting up the middle again is Glenn Lazarus. Kevin Walters. Willie Cahn's with him. Walters has gone through the gap. He's into Wigan's half. He's going towards the 22 line. Beautiful hands out there by Julian O'Neill. They've got him though. Tremendous cover there by Edwards. Kerrod Walters, his brother Kevin. They're 8 metres out. Willie Kahn. Last tackle coming up now for the Broncos. We're 25 seconds out from half-time. Kerrod gets the pass away. Kahn can't take it. Over the sideline and turnover of possession. John Money there, the Wigan coach.
Yes, a nervous Wigan coach, but his charges are doing the job very, very well. We'll see nothing fancy here. Just a dummy half running as the clock winds down to half-time. They'll go in front, the English team.
Total crowd figures for the 3 days in the area of 60,000, 19,000 in deplorable conditions, which I guess testifies to the acceptance of sevens football in Sydney. Miles goes back at them. Big run by the former Bronco. Sean Edwards has gone into the dummy half roll. Betts now trying to work it up the centre. 32 metres out from his own line. Wigan with that 2-point lead. Through Edwards onto Bell. Bottiger comes inside as they run the angle. Cut down but not held. Sean Edwards again. Away from Kahn. Arc-like run, losing some ground. Bell for O'Fire.
He's trouble.
O'Fire stretching out now over the halfway. Beats the last line of defence. And Martin O'Fire goes in for his 3rd try in the cup final.
Oh, brilliant play by O'Fire. Showed more toe than a Roman sandal there. Alfie Langer couldn't mace. And Wigan, I can hear them at Central Park on the terraces. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Sean Edwards it was, out to Dean Bell. He's injured. O'Fire's not. And O'Fire put the pedal down. It came across in cover. All in despair. And O'Fire races away. and puts it over.
So the conversion of the O'Fire try coming up. Boddicker, the flag in the air, just the one-touch judge adjudicating on goals. Wigan extend their lead to 14 points to 6, and O'Fire comes to the benches for a rest. Incidentally, Paul Vorton, I hope your day's and secure. Ball to be played by Gerard Walters. Lazarus going up the middle.
He's played well, Lazarus, new buy for Brisbane from the Canberra club, and he's played very, very well. A lot of weight in the off-season.
Gerard Walters working to Willie Carn's wing on the run-around. Now Walters puts the centre kick in. Race for the ball. Wigan haven't been able to clean it up. There's a chance for Brisbane. 6 more tackles now. Can the Broncos come back? They won't get off the Brisbane player. Ali tried to tap it ahead, but Wigan have come up with it.
He's a dubbo. There was plenty of left. They had 4 on 2, and a waste of an opportunity there for the Broncos.
Dean Bell. Dermott. David Myers. Nice cushion here for Wigan. 14 to 6. As it goes through sets of hands along the lets. Bell to play it. This is Miles. Almost reaching the 32-metre line. Dermott. Kick coming down towards Renouf. Well by the Broncos centre.
Great chase by Boddicker to cut down Renouf.
Renouf slowly up to play it. Waiting for a dummy half. Walters. Alan Langer's gone into that position now. Chris Johns wants it. That's him with it now. Oh, good tackle by Miles. The features of the final. No marker though. Renouf. Half minutes of time remaining. Langer away for Kevin Walters now. Over the 22. Cut down from
Dennis Betts once again. Brilliant tackle. Second rower on 5/8, and he ran him down easily. Someone should tell Dennis Betts that sideburns went out when Elvis carked it.
Kevin Walters calling for replacement immediately. And the 3-man scrum goes down 8 metres away from the Wigan. Gregory now with the head taped.
Oh, he's a tough man, mate. He's a tough little rooster, Andy Gregory.
The efforts of Lazarus and Gerard Walters to stop him. Boddicker. Dermott. Johns the tackle. Gene Miles. Dermott again going in to distribute. First receiver Gregory. Gregory's into the little legs are pumping away, and eventually rounded up by Julian O'Neill. Crowd of some 19,000, as I said, braving the conditions to see champions as Dennis Betts makes another grand run. 5 tackles gone for Wigan.
He must be best to being the player of the series. He's been outstanding in every match that he's played.
Gregory kicking ahead for the chasers. Dean Bell's coming, but so is Renouf.
Good pressure by Bell. Had Renouf covered all the way, and now Wigan get the dropout.
More pressure coming for Brisbane.
14-6 with just over 4 minutes remaining. I think Brisbane, they're Gary Goners, and Wigan, the 4-1 favourites for the competition. They'll win the Nissan Sevens trophy.
Langer's dropout, landing right in the...
Oh, no.
Couldn't have landed for a worse player in opposition. O'Fire out to Betts, steaming down the sideline. Langer to beat. Khan comes at him. O'Fire gets number 4.
Well, it wouldn't be anyone else, would it? Unbelievable play, but once again, from the dropout, as you'll see it on the replay, O'Fire gets the ball, hunts left. You can see Dennis Betts out wide. He beats a couple here, throws a good pass to Betts, and Betts races away. Gerard Walters pushes him off easily. Alfie Langer comes, but give it to me, lad. And over he goes, number 4.
Yes, and a little bit of the old, how you do, brothers? A game that was made very much for this man, Martin O'Fire. Wigan leading by 10 points to 6. 4 tries to 1. And Sean Edwards who's had his nose broken in the previous game for the 10th time in his career, had 60, unsuccessful with conversion. 18-6 in favour of 3 minutes of time remaining, and Glenn Lazarus coming to the benches.
We'll see a lot of these players out here later in the year with the touring Great Britain side, players such as Bet, Edwards and Gregory, and you know, they could give Australia a run for the money this year.
O'Neill. Wigan will play at their own pace now.
Martin Afire in this competition since its inception has now scored tries over the last 3 days. He scored the first one and he scored the last 4 as well.
Sean Edwards. Almost unbelievable that at Balmain he was on the benches for the major part of his year.
Get it, Ray. He's a fine player.
David Myers goes to dummy half. Gregory, Bodica. Bodica's knocked on, and they're making a knock-on out of it by Dean Bell. Wigan not even giving the Broncos an opportunity to take. Langer has to put the ball to the boot. Khan gets across just in the nick of time.
The Broncos haven't played poorly, you know, Ray. They've just been outclassed of a fire. It's just unbelievable. They're still trying. They'll try to.
Played by O'Neill, away for Madison. Langer goes to the right. Again, Miles the tackler. O'Fire might have scored some marvellous tries, 4 of them in all, but Miles's defence has also been an outstanding contribution. Gregory to play. 1.5 minutes of time remaining. Trophy, the Nissan Cup for 1992, heading back to Central Park.
Miles is 32, but he tells me he's having the time of his life over there at Wigan, and he could end up playing the season next year.
Dean Bell, that's the halfway line, you can barely distinguish. And you can see from those pictures just how soggy this ground is, but their handling right through the day has been incredible. Into the final minute as Miles slowly plays the ball. Across, trying to work into space. Gerard Walters and putting him to the ground eventually. Dermott. This is Sean Edwards. He stepped before it goes to O'Fire, back to Dermott. They're looking for an opening down. Dermott again. 5 tackles gone. He's probably the man to watch to the left. And here he is. Bodica kicking now for Dennis Betts coming down the left flank. Hancock has been away from the tackle. And so Hancock run down towards halfway, but Dean Bell makes the tackle.
Well, it's all over, Ray. Congratulations. They've flown 1,000,000 miles for this, and they've done very, very well. Wigan 18, Brisbane 6.